Greatness is what's next. An amazing story, a life worth living, an experience worth having is meant to come, and now is your time to receive it. My name is Henry Lawrence, and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about a shift in frequency, a shift in time, a shift in reality that you could make today and watch your world change. So make sure you listen to this all the way through. And at the very end, we're going to take a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message so we can move forward throughout the day. So we have inspiration, we have motivation, we have a desire, we have a longing for things, but there's something that we must do to make it a reality. And it's to choose it every single moment. Creation happens when it's least present because you are the creator of the experience that you experience. And so when you are motivated to do something, that's not where it gets made. When you're inspired to do something, that's not where it makes a change. It's when you commit to being that person, place, or thing when there is no result to be given. When there is no benefit to be had, when you show up with that thought process, with that mentality, with that action plan, with that presence, that's when creation starts to happen. You start to plant seeds in the fabric of reality that grow beyond sight. You don't see what's happening when it's coming together like that. You almost don't even feel it, but it's changing. So understand that the seeds of the fruit that you desire are planted when there is nothing to be gained. When you say that you're going to be this type of person, when no one's watching, that's when it's most important. When you say that you're going to achieve this certain goal, when nothing's working, that's when it's most important. When you desire something and you say, I'm going to make my life this, whatever actions, whatever thought processes, whatever movement, whatever beliefs, they must be the most present when the result is the furthest away. Because your mind is powerful. And when you start committing to something, when you start locking in on a desire, on a dream, on a vision, when you believe it, it becomes true. Meaning you believe that you're going to do the thing regardless of the result. When you say, I'm going to be this, what do you have to do? Who do you have to be to receive it? And then when you decide, well, I'm going to be this no matter what, then it starts happening. Reality starts shifting right beyond the other door that you can't see. Life starts moving in a different direction faster than you can believe because this is how it comes together. It comes together quickly, powerfully, and unapologetically. Meaning you must be ready to lose things in your current reality for this. You must be ready to lose parts of yourself because there's parts of yourself that are magnetic to what you don't desire. But that's why it stays in your life. You are committed to having something, but are you committed to being something? It's hard when you get hungry. It's hard when you get tired. It's hard when you feel defeated because when you're defeated, why continue? When you're stressed, why stick with it? When you feel like a failure, why do it anyway? Because you have to commit to saying, this is who I am regardless. Once you do this, it's never going to fail. Not the result, but your presence of you. The purpose of you, the reality of you becomes completely consistent when this is it. So if you want to become something more, and we need to do this together, but if you want to become something more, don't say, I'm starting this tomorrow. I'm going to get right next week. Next year in 2026, I'm going to do this differently. Because if there's still an ounce of you that is comfortable waiting for tomorrow, it will be a part of you tomorrow when you decide to commit to it. Eventually, you're going to have to defeat the idea of that something can wait for tomorrow. That there'll be a better time for something. If you are a certain way, there is no better time to be it because you are, because there will be rough waters ahead. If you think the decision of the thing that you desire is easier tomorrow, and maybe it is, right? Maybe someone's going out of town. Maybe your boss is leaving. Maybe there's a raise. Maybe you're getting some money. So maybe on paper it is better, but it will never be perfect conditions conditionally to be who you want to be. So are you going to be yourself conditionally when it's perfect conditions? Are you the thing that wavers for you? Or is the world going to move for you? You decide. And so if you have the mindset that tomorrow is the best time to start your diet, that Monday is the best time to do this, that next week is the best time to do that, that next month is when it's going to be easier, if you believe that, you will always believe that. And when the going gets tough, when it gets hard to commit to something, that will be your out. You know what? I'm just going to do this Monday. You know what? I'm going to wait for the weekend. I'm going to wait till the kids get out of school. I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to wait for this. Now, this isn't easy. It's not just as simple as listening to this podcast and then your reality changes. No, you actually have to go compete against frequency. You have to go compete against old patterns. And you might get knocked down. You might fail. In fact, you might be listening to this right now on the cusp of a failure you just had. You might have tuned in right now because you just started a diet and already fell off. You might have tuned in right now because you just started a budget and you already messed it up. You just started a new friendship and you just messed it up. You just decided to have a habit and you lost it. Whatever it is, wherever this is finding you, you could turn this failure, this setback, this moment into the best thing that ever happened to you. And it's not what the moment is, it's what you make the moment. Meaning when your story becomes 5 years from now, hey, you know what, is when this thing happened when I never looked back. You know what, when I went through this is when I never was the same. It doesn't matter what the actual thing was. It could be that you got a paper cut and you said, when I got that paper cut, I realized that I wasn't disciplined enough. And from that moment on, I became something powerful. From that moment in, I locked in my finances because when my finger was bleeding, I was looking at these numbers and I knew it had to change. It could be that you just ate a sandwich that you didn't need to eat. It could be that you watched a show that isn't good for you. Whatever it is, it can be an amazing, powerful moment, not something that continued in your defeat, but the thing that got you back up on your feet so that you moved forward. You get to choose every moment and you get to create the value. Imagine if you dove in so hard, so fiercely into your goals that the small thing that you're struggling with right now, the most painful thing that you're going through right now, someone actually wished that it would happen to them because you became so amazing from it. People actually do that. They say, well, I kind of, if I had a childhood like yours was that bad, of course I'd be more disciplined. You know, if I struggled with this, of course I would be that. You know, that bad thing happened to me, of course I would have, gone after that. Right? It's because someone made the result of becoming something so powerful that people actually wish for your painful moment. You could write that story. You could write that story that people would go through the worst things that you've gone through to get to experience life as the person you became. That's a choice. It's a badge of honor. And it's calling you. You are the creator. You are the author of what your experience actually means. And you might be thinking, but there's so much chaos. There's so many things that you can't control. Some people go out and they get run over by a car and they didn't do anything wrong. Some people, they're feeling fine. And all of a sudden they got a bump and they find out they have cancer. There's so many things that just come out of nowhere. Why would they deserve this? They still get to write the story. Some people get the most devastating news. And they maybe only even have a few months to a few years left on this earth. And they live more in that time than people that have lived here for 80 years. Because it's about experience. And in the end, we all have the same final last page. We're done. So what are you going to make this? What are you going to make this moment? It's Monday. You get to decide if this is the best day of the week or the beginning of what you hate. What we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath. And when you breathe in, I want you to breathe in as if you're a champion. As if you're that person that wins every single time. That you're about to go into the next boxing match, the next fight, the next round, and everybody expects you to win because you're the champion. But across there is someone that's looking to take you down. It's not someone external. It's your former self wanting to still exist. But when you take this deep breath in, it's acknowledgement. You've trained. You've locked it in. Now you just got to go take a work. So as we breathe in, get yourself in a power position if you can. Stand up tall, sit up straight, breathe in. As you hold your breath, visualize for a moment that knockout punch. And as you exhale, allow the resistance to leave you. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. down. You're here for a reason, and it's a powerful reason. It's a reason that only life could experience. Write your ticket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step into prayer. And before I do this, the thing that I want you to take with you is be the best student that you can. The best student wins at life always. If you need the greatest teacher to become good, that's a reflection of you. But if you can learn from anything, you are unstoppable. Probably one of the most divisive things I've done is started praying at the end of a podcast. I've changed the way I speak. I've cussed. I've changed beliefs. I've done all these things, but this is the one that strikes the most. Some people love it, and some people stop listening entirely, even though I say, new episode coming out tomorrow. You don't have to listen. And so the challenge I have for you is not that you have to accept something like this, because I'm by no means a prayer. I'm someone just learning away and walking away and sharing what I see and what I understand. It'd be as if you were somewhere and I went off into the jungle and I took my walkie-talkie and I'm as far as I am. I'm cutting through the jungle and this is what I see. That's always what this podcast has been. This is not always supposed to be a statement of fact, a statement of what it is, but a statement of perspective in life. The prayer is a part of it. But the challenge is for you, if you have a hard time listening to this, hard time understanding why it could be good or bad or valuable or unvaluable, try to separate your belief system from your education system. Because what I found is that people's core beliefs prevent them from being able to learn from anything. Because we become attracted to a belief that this side is bad, or that person is bad, or this habit, or that way of life, or this thing, because it becomes a belief. And because we get anchored in a belief, we can't even see something that could benefit us. And I'm not saying that this prayer could benefit you. I'm saying this could be in many things. Because I myself, and still am, have anchored in beliefs before that's prevented me seeing deeper into something. Because of where I grew up. Because of the people I've been around. From what's socially acceptable where I'm at. All these anchors of beliefs shrink ourselves. One thing I know this is that we are not just some kind of animal that's a little bit more conscious than the other animals. There is more to this. I believe that these bodies are not us. It's something that we inhabit and have an experience. How grand it is outside of it and how grand it is beyond our senses, I can't say. But there's more to it. So each day, and specifically today, view from your higher self, not the version of you that has beliefs anchored in human design. So I'm going to go into this prayer, and if you'd like to join me, join me. If not, new episode coming out tomorrow. Lord, thank you for bringing us together today. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for Mondays. Thank you for struggles. Thank you for this just beautiful land that we have. Lord, there's a shift going on, and I think those that know can feel it, Lord, and ask that you awaken something in them today. Awaken something in me. Discomfort, unaligned, unconnected with truth. Lord, shake that within our stomachs. Allow us to feel the unease with the habits, the beliefs, the connections that don't serve the greater you, the greater purpose. Lord, we are here in something big right now. We are here in something powerful, and we're ready to wake up and step into it. Lord, I ask that we are patient. Lord, I ask for patience to be presented to us. Lord, I ask that we are strong. Lord, I ask that strength is gifted to us. Lord, I ask that we are kind and that kindness is gifted to us. Lord, allow every single person right now, their eyes to see differently. This is the time of seeing. Lord, remove the veil. Those that are ready to serve on the next level. Bless us with the wisdom. Let us see the writing on the walls, the writing in the air, the writing in the ocean, the writing in each and everything, the beautiful God code that you've put into everything, Lord. We are ready to do something more. We're ready to be something more. We're ready to serve as something more. We know that there's a wave coming. that there's a powerful shift coming. And whether it's for us to be defeated or us to move further into what this earth is, let us stand strong. Lord, bless us with the power to be witnesses and allow people to bear witness to what you do in our lives. In your name we pray. Amen. Life is an interesting thing. We get to make something of it no matter where we are. Before you know it, time will end. And this is probably going deep down. Those that are on the TikTok thing and things like this is something I saw recently, and I found it very, very interesting. And I don't know why I want to share this perspective on it, but I do. So the podcast is going a little bit longer. There was this section of TikTok called Rapture Talk, or Rapture, whatever it's called. And there were people that were convinced that the rapture was going to happen. If you're not familiar with what that is, that's basically when Jesus comes back and he pulls his people out before some bad things happen on earth. That's pretty much it. And so people were so convinced that it was coming, September 23rd, 24th. And the lesson that I learned from that, and it's something that I'm slowly digesting, is when people were so sure that the end was coming, their views on everything changed so much. Their idea of materialism, their idea of all these things, it changed so much. But the reality is many of us live that like tomorrow is promised. And so, no, I don't believe that the rapture is happening tomorrow or probably anytime soon. But I've said this before. I do believe that there's somebody that's going to listen to this podcast today. I mean, you have to understand, like, this episode could touch 200,000 people. There's somebody that could listen to this today and die today, not expecting it. So how can we operate that when that person is not guaranteed to be not you? It's not guaranteed to not be someone you love. It's not guaranteed to not affect you. It happens every single day. If you look at the numbers, if you go on Google and you Google how many people die in a car accident, unexpectedly, with heart attacks, whatever it is, it's a tremendous amount. We are not promised today, but yet we'll sell the day we are promised, which is right now. We sell it so much. With just what this message was talking about. We sell it and say, you know what, I'm going to be that on Monday. I'm going to be that at the start of the year. I'm going to be that next month. We sell what is given to us, which is today, for something that is not guaranteed. How could we give our worth so little value? You are conscious and aware right now. You're conscious and alive right now. How could you sell that, your actual existence, to something that isn't guaranteed? Because whatever you give your attention to in that matter, even if it's your state of being, you are breathing life into. So if you said you were going to quit doing the thing, quit it now. You can't have one last time tonight, one last time tomorrow, one last time next week, one last time when I go hang out with such and such, one last time. Don't have it. Because truthfully, if this is a spiritual thing, if this is an energy thing, if this is a frequency thing that we're in, time is non-existent, and as you are, you are. So if you're somebody that would sell your consciousness for something else, sell your experience for something else, then that is what you are. So the nothingness. Shift it today. Maybe you didn't know. I didn't know either, but now it's been presented to you. You could never go forward from this day on if you listened all the way through and say, I wasn't told. I didn't know. And the same goes for me. I can't do that either. So let's rise up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you the perspective that you need to make the shift that you deserve to have. Leave a comment if this episode was meaningful, gave you some perspective, gave you some energy. And if you want to grow even more, share this with somebody. Share it with your circle. Have a conversation about it. Let's continue to grow. Also, the 12-week challenge is about to start. It is starting in the week of October, the first week of October. We're actually going to launch it Sunday. So this upcoming Sunday is when it's going to launch. Everybody that's emailed me up to this episode coming out will be responded to by September 29th. And then, of course, those that are following up, I was trying to kind of get everything together right before the launch so that we can do it. And so I'll be getting back with everybody. But just to give you a quick high level, I'm taking everything that I've learned from working in fitness full time for about 12 years and then mindset coaching for 5 years, going to be applying and sharing it with myself. We're going to do a 12-week program to the end of the year. This is for mental transformation, physical transformation, wealth transformation, perspective transformation, all those things. We're going to do it with powerful morning live calls that I'm going to do at around 5:30 in the morning, and then there's going to be one evening call on Tuesday. You're going to be in the group The Shift. We're going to have the communication there. So each day there's going to be a video post. With that video post, we'll have the conversation of winning the day all throughout the comments, and it will stack on, stack on, stack on, and we're going to make amazing, powerful days in it where people can just stay connected and really lock in together. So if you want information on this, email me at henry@vibeabundant.com. That's HENRY at vibe, abundant.com. Shoot me a message there. We will grow and shift together. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge, but it's time for me to take everything I know, apply it to myself, and do it as an example so that we can walk together in this growth. I can't wait to do it with y'all. We're going to start 2026 with amazing momentum and amazing energy because we committed to something today. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.